Hi everyone. Today I'm with Katy Mackenzie, who you may know from the mortgage group, but some of you, particularly who are in the business community here in Vancouver, will know her as the president and one of the co-founders of the most successful BNI chapter here in Vancouver, and that's BNI Summit. So welcome, Katy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So tell me a bit about BNI. Look, I'm a member, but I hear all this other stuff going on. So tell me a bit more about it.
Well, BNI's a professional networking organization that's designed to promote building relationships within your own chapter, as well as chapters in your community and worldwide, whereby you have quality referrals from other business professionals. And within your own chapter, there's only one person per profession in each chapter. So basically, you've locked out your profession. Any other networking group you go to, there's probably about 45 other mortgage brokers. Well, these events are not going on right now, but usually there's, multiple other people of the same profession, be it a mortgage broker or, any other profession. But within BNI, you're the only one of that profession in your chapter. So it enables you to have, basically a team of, in my chapter's case, 30 plus people, all looking out for referrals for you each week.
And because you only have one person in the chapter within each profession or occupation, what type of quality control would there be? Because while I know you're really good at what you do,
Yeah.
it might just be Hobson's choice. So
Yeah.
how do we know how
Well,
good you are?
each week you basically visit, and we're doing this online with Zoom right now, but you clearly indicate the type of referral you're looking for. So instead of willy-nilly, oh, just send me anything, it's I'm looking for growing families between the ages of 35 and 45 who are looking to upgrade to a bigger home within the price point range of 600,000 to $1 million. Now you know exactly what you're looking for, and that's sort of planted in your mind until the next week, and I ask for some other type of referral. So there's that piece to it where I direct, say, to you exactly what I'm looking for. Then there's the opportunity for us to meet, online, Zoom call, or over a coffee to say, here's a little bit more about me and my background. So then you can actually have a better conversation with whomever it is that you're referring to me and give them a bit more background of why they would want to work with me. And then BNI also provides sort of a system and platform where people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, or people aren't referring at all within the chapter, to basically come forward to them with a team of mentors to say, it seems that you're not having an easy time making referrals. How do we help you in that? We have an online resource library to help people identify ways of generating referrals, presenting all topics. But there's those systems and checks in place to ensure that members are mentored and supported and provided the education to succeed. And if they're really just not contributing and shouldn't be a part of the chapter, there's also systems in place to, politely suggest they go elsewhere for their networking opportunities.
I hear you. It's often, you hear this a lot actually, not just in BNI, but elsewhere, that how important know, like and trust is. But what you've just alluded to is also how there's this fourth component. It's about support. And it's support of your tribe, even your team, your family of BNI. Is that fair?
Yeah, I would say it's what sets our chapter apart from any other chapter in the city, for sure, is a sense of community. It's sure I get referrals. I get, 1/3 of my business is from BNI on average, but it's more of the other stuff that occurs. So, when I've needed something outside of my realm of business, and I've needed it personally, injured my shoulder and I need a proper chiro, or there's a crisis. This isn't my personal example, but someone's home, there was a fire and they needed, flood support, restoration, the insurance piece. And it was, where the BNI family basically says, don't worry, we got this, we'll deal with it. You've got somebody in each profession to help you. A good example is my mom with her house. I've had an electrician go in where, we were going to set fire to the home, basically. It's like, and for sensor lights and cameras and alarms, painting, they painted the home for us. It's everything else around the community that supports you outside of also giving you referrals. So the referrals are awesome, but it's the stuff that you can't really account for in a dollar value that is actually becomes far more valuable.
Awesome. And as I say, I can attest to that. I've visited and joined your chapter, and I'm very grateful that I have. If BNI was a business, though, which in a sense it is, it's in service of everyone. It has a target audience, target customers, prospects, if you like. Who is a good prospect to visit and consider joining BNI?
Typically, it is people who are self-employed, because you have then, I would say, more of a buy-in or incentive to be there and to truly create the connections, to be visible, to generate profitability out of your time there. If you're an employee, it can also work, but if you don't own the business, it's a little bit harder to have that true buy-in. Although we do have members on both sides of the coins. A lot of them transition from being an employee to running their own business of the same profession, though. So we've seen a lot of that. Anyone that wants to have referral marketing as a part of their business. And it's not what everyone wants. Some people have, reached a saturation point. But I think with COVID, everyone's had to sort of stop, pivot, change. But anyone that wants, in our case, a team of 30 plus professionals, all working as your marketing team for you every week, generating referrals. Excellent. For a relatively small cost of membership.
And in which case, you just mentioned COVID. How has that impacted the chapter? Has it meant it more difficult for the chapter to thrive, or has it got stronger? How's it now functioning that's different?
It's different over Zoom, and I think it's great because it creates an opportunity for us to ensure that we are engaging our members in every way that they need engagement with. So sharing of recognition, sharing of each other's business ask over social media. We're still meeting over Zoom, but it's creating new ways to, make it more fun, like changing your background or bringing a prop in, or, celebrating all the wins. We have member birthdays. We have a member that just got married. It's in celebrating every small win because, it does good for the heart. But in terms of all the background of what we do, it's all the same. It's just our meetings are not in person. We're sharing with visitors. We still have room for visitors to come on. And because we're not at a venue and paying for a set venue right now, it's also then free of charge, which is of large value because it's normally $35 a head per meeting. So if I was a business professional right now looking to insulate my business, grow my business, I would definitely be visiting BNI meetings online. Absolutely.
I echo that, but I wrote something down as you were talking, and it never occurred to me, and I've been involved in BNI since 1999, predominantly in the UK, and you just spoke about sharing recognition. And as a business owner, entrepreneur, sole trader, solopreneur, or just even with a small team, you forget how lonely being in business can be. And you don't get that opportunity to be recognized within a team. And you have this real, but also currently virtual team in a time where business is even more lonely because of COVID for a lot of people. And that ability to recognize and celebrate, you know, you touched on something really important and valuable there. So thank you for bringing that up. It just never occurred to me before.
You've got your celebratory team, but you also have your accountability partners,
Yeah.
right? Like if I called you up and said, I need an accountability partner for the next 6 weeks, you'd say, okay, what do you need?
You need
How do
an
you
invoice from me.
Yeah. But it's, you know, why pay an outside third party, you know, when you have your community and you can engage in each other's business? It's, you know, I feel like BNI is our home business, again, the home analogy, but the BNI is our big home, and then we each have an office within the home that we're working from within. So we start with our bigger home and that business first, and who needs what, just like your regular family, who needs what today, okay, and then I'm going to go and do my thing, and then within my day there, oh, Joel needs this, Joel asked for this type of a client, I'm going to introduce you.
Thank you. So normally I'd say one or two actions that are different but now working, but just as a slight twist on it, I would imagine the collaboration, things like power teams, have been much more important this time around with COVID and virtuality. So I know the health team have put on a virtual run summit amongst other programs. And I know you have been doing some wonderful stuff with people in your professional services and financial services. What other things like that could you share that are of importance to our audience?
Well, again, yeah, doing the virtual summits or the online education. So it's in banding together. So yes, you know, my audience hears me say the same thing all the time, but I've been able to post videos of interviews of custom home builders, electricians, painter, realtor, home inspector. So it's like, I have my information and that's great, but you already know that. Here are all the sub pieces that you're gonna need to know about that are also important to what I do. So having access to those people, instead of having to go out into the general public and say, I don't know this person. Do I trust them? Do I want them in my network and on my social media? I don't know. But within our BNI community, we already have that trust built.
Yeah.
Cody's a really good example. He's a chiropractor and he put out 1,001 videos during COVID about sitting in your home office. And it's like, well, that's great for any and all of anyone we know, because everyone's sitting at home. So it's being able to tap into that network and access that. If I had asked Cody to do a video with me one-on-one, we would have had that resource as well.
Fantastic. So interesting question. Again, see if we can put a slightly different take on it. It's been said smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn mistakes from others. What mistakes have BNI, if you like, and Summit made along the way that you have grown from and improved and made Summit number one again in the region?
I think maybe we're that little nice group. You know, everyone comes in and says, this team's great, it's awesome. I think we should be firmer or harder or should have been in our ask of people joining.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be kind. We want to give people the space and time, especially now, to sort of look around, see what best suits them. But people also want to be wanted.
Yeah.
So there's no harm in saying, we want you. Please apply, go through the interview process, then make your decision. It's I used to do observational coaching with my staff. And I would say, you had an excellent meeting. You spent an entire hour with this client and they walked out. They're like, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they just didn't give me their business. I'm like, you never specifically said, would you like to do business with me? I'd love to have your business. And it's not salesy. It's not pitchy. It's, I like what I see. You have value, professionalism, expertise. We have your seat open. I invite you to apply. I'd love for you to apply.
It's an application. That's what people also have to understand. It's not a given.
Yeah. So I think we've been a little sort of shy and quiet of firmly asking people to join.
Yeah.
But I don't really feel like it's a mistake. It's just
Mm-hmm.
maybe something we could have, done and haven't as much.
Yeah, I used to listen to Groucho Marx, not that I'm old enough, but he used to say, I never want to join a club that wanted me as a member. And I used to think that was a reason not to participate. But actually, I want to become the member. And I think that's the story between his line. And if I want to become, who am I going to be, that great member, and show up on a daily basis, weekly basis, not just for myself, but for everybody as part of my new BNI family.
Mm-hmm.
So, last two questions. I know you've got to run. How do I come and visit BNI Summit?
Well, I couldn't quote you the full Zoom long link, but if you hit up our website at bnisummit.ca,
That's tough.
that's easy.
Yeah.
bnisummit.ca. There is a link underneath Visit Us, and it'll take you to Eventbrite, where you do have to register so that we can send you the Zoom link. But it is free, and you can visit up to twice or 2 times before we ask you to apply, even over Zoom. And you can reach out to any of the members on our roster list. Everybody's listed there. So usually what I recommend is if you are in a specific profession and you look down the list and you know who you'd normally first connect with, call one of the members and just say, you're on the BNI Summit list. I watched this video with Katy and Joel. I'm interested to learn more. What do I need to know? Any of the members are happy to speak to you about membership and how it's benefited them.
That's a great tip. Reach out to people you would connect with. And the
Yeah.
last question, just before you go, what's inspiring for you today?
I think having a community of people like in BNI Summit, where I know I can reach out for help in all aspects of my business. So not just I need a referral, I need a new client, but I'm having issues with my website. Awesome, I'm going to call Kevin. Or I'm having issues with a different piece of my business. Awesome, I'm going to phone that member. Or my shoulder's bugging me again. I got to call Cody. Knowing that I have that team of people and that I'm on their priority list, particularly over these last 6 months or so, has been paramount. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So that's inspiring, knowing that I co-founded that community. It's pretty cool. It's like my little baby's all grown up a little.
Yeah, I know. And for those that are listening, she has cut the strings to the apron. And yet the values and qualities and culture that is Summit is embodied in Katy and Bronwyn, who both set it up. And we are grateful to you for doing so. So thank you this morning, Katy. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you at Summit.
Awesome.
Take
Thanks so
care.
much, Joel.
Bye.
Bye.